Welcome to another Thirsty Taste Thursday. And what do we have on tonight?
Orange.
Alright, so we have oranges and we have some orange juice. And we're going to do a versus on tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to test out regular oranges that we're going to juice. And we're going to compare it to this orange juice. As you see, I took off the label so that they won't try to sue me. Alright, so as you can see, we are juicing it right now, so we're making the orange juice. So this is us making actual orange juice. Go ahead, put them in. Put some more. No, you can let it go. Alright. Get yours. And now, orange juice is definitely good for you during this cold time. It's good to have some vitamin C with you, and it's definitely will help you out with what you may have actually going on with your body as far as any sicknesses or things like that. Alright, so now we're done juicing, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually taste what we actually have. I do have a special guest with me, and he's going to be the tester, and I did put the little ones to bed. So let's go ahead and taste it and see what it tastes like. Okay. Alright, so what do you think?
Well, I think I like this one more because it tastes sweeter, and I say I like this one the least because like it tastes more sour.
Okay, so he has chosen the real oranges that we actually juice over the store-bought brand. I was surprised about that because I was gonna think he was gonna actually say the store-bought brand, but I could agree with him on that. You get a better kind of like a sweeter, good, sugary like taste from the actual oranges we juiced it. And the other orange juice does taste good, but it's like a, how can I put it? It's kind of like a sugary, better, refreshing flavor from the ones we juice. So I would suggest that you actually juice yours, and that is another Thirsty Taste Thursday. Alright, so the thing that I'm thirsty about and my throwback on tonight is the same thing, and that's the NBA All-Star Game. The NBA All-Star Game was this past Sunday, and a lot of people were a little bit disappointed by it. Some people actually enjoyed it, and the reason being is because in the past, the NBA All-Star Game used to feature the East All-Stars versus the West All-Stars. A few years back, also, they used to do the draft where you'll get the best players from the East and the best players from the West, and then you'll have a captain who will draft the different players that were selected to the All-Star Game, and then those players will come together and form a team and go against each other. So it wasn't East versus West, it was just All-Stars versus All-Stars, and then based on who picked the better team, sometimes that team will actually win. Now, the format that they used this past Sunday was they had an actual tournament. And usually during NBA All-Star Weekend, you have the Rising Stars. So these are usually players that are in their second or first year of the NBA, rookies, go up against each other. And so this season, they decided to have a little tournament, and they had the All-Stars go against the Rising Stars. Now, some people will argue that it actually made the All-Stars actually play a lot harder because they were going up against these younger players and they didn't want to get outshone by the younger players, so it actually made them play harder than what they usually would do in a regular All-Star game. But then some people sit on the side of it made the game not what they wanted to actually be. They want to see, East versus West, All-Star versus All-Star. And you did hear a few former NBA players and players actually complaining about this and saying that, these people shouldn't be on that stage. They shouldn't be in front of the people like that. But even with them actually saying that, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder, did the ticket prices actually drop for the All-Star game? Because usually you're going to the All-Star games to see the stars. So if you're watching, I wouldn't call them non-stars, but if you're watching NBA players that didn't get voted into the All-Star game go against All-Stars, that may frustrate you a little bit, and then even with the game having to be even shorter so that they can actually have these tournaments. So I can see why people will be upset due to this fact. And I think one of the things that has caused a lot of this is just because the players don't actually play hard enough in the actual game. And I can't fault them. In the years past, All-Star games, players didn't play tough or hard enough, but they still did go out there and put on quite a show. So I think it's one of those things where the league has definitely, and a lot of people in the league probably don't want to hear this, but it has become friendly and more soft. And what I mean by that is there's not a lot of players that doesn't seem like they're looking to outdo the other person on the other side of the court. They're just looking to actually go out there and hopefully don't get embarrassed and don't look silly out there on the court. Or they don't want to actually go up against somebody that may be their peer or may be actually better than them. I think back in the day, even though the players still, they didn't go all out, but they had that type of thing where they said, hey, if he's the best power forward, I want to show him that I'm actually the best. Or if he's the best center, I want to show him that I'm actually the best center in the league. They want to be known as that guy. And I can definitely say also too, because basketball has become I wouldn't say positionless, less sport, but the positions aren't what they used to be. You can sometimes go with 3 guards, 3 forwards, and the center is kind of like, do we need them? Do we not need them? The centers aren't really looked at as people that they want to drive the ball to. So many people aren't really posting up. You don't see power forwards too much in the key like they used to be, or centers. And so I think it has changed the game so much to this is why it probably looks kind of boring watching it, because you're just watching a bunch of guys just shoot around and not playing any defense. But with that being said, let me get into my throwback NBA All-Star game. And there has been other ones that were good after this one. But I'm going to go back to the 2012 All-Star game. And this All-Star game was played in Orlando. And one of the big reasons why I actually liked this game and liked what was happening in it was you had what I was talking about as far as position basketball and people wanting to be known as the actual best at their position. So at the centers, you had Dwight Howard, and then you had Andrew Bynum. So these were 2 guys who were known for being like great centers at the time, and they want to be known as the best. Then you also had at the power forward positions, you had Carmelo Anthony. He was one of the best back then. And then you had Blake Griffin, who was stepping on the scene to be a great power forward. Then at the small forward, you had 2 guys who definitely competed against each other a lot over the years. And that was Kevin Durant versus LeBron James. And then you had Kobe Bryant at the shooting guard going up against Dwayne Wade. And they had, they would go at it with each other as far as who was the best actual shooting guard in the league at that time. And then last but not least, you had at the point guards, you had Derrick Rose, who was definitely rising as a point guard and as an all-star in the NBA. And he was going against Chris Paul, who was one of the best point guards at the time. And so with just having those different positions in the game and knowing that these guys were definitely trying to go after each other to show everybody that, hey, you know what, I'm the actual best at my actual position. And then lastly, I would say one of the things that's still laughable to this day, and I'll probably put the highlights in it of this game, leave a description for that, was Kobe Bryant. You see him kind of get upset at LeBron at the end of the game because LeBron decided not to actually take the last shot, and he passed it. He passed the ball. I think he passed it maybe on the last 2 or 3 possessions of the game. And at one point in time, it was like the clock was ticking down, and LeBron had a chance to try to shoot it over Kobe. Kobe decided, hey, I'm going to stick you, best against the best. And LeBron James tried to pass the ball, and the ball got deflected. But I believe the East got the ball back. Dwayne Wade tries to shoot a 3, doesn't make it, and the game ends like that. So this was a good All-Star game, good throwback All-Star game that you should go back and watch. And hopefully the NBA will get back to a lot of players wanting to be the best at their position. But like I said, since a lot of positions, they ain't what they used to be, you really can't say that, hey, I'm the best small forward going against the best small forward. I'm the best shooting guard going against the best shooting guard. Great. Best point guard going against the best point guard, because oftentimes that just doesn't happen. And even when the best go against the best, they decide, you know what, I'm going to try to play against the power forward and not go against the best point guard that's out there. But this could just be me, but this is my thirsty taste on tonight. And remember, I know what I want, I know what I like, so don't worry about my taste.